Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma, and in today's session, we shall be talking about strengthening and weakening the arguments. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to everybody. Do you hear and see me clearly, everyone? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Shrishti. Am I clearly visible and audible? Good afternoon, Faruqi. Good afternoon, Saurav. Yes, audible and visible. All right, so let's quickly have a look at a few things before we start off with our session on critical reasoning. A new course has been launched if you're targeting the BBA, IPM and HMA examinations for 2023. So if you wish to sit for any or all of these examinations, this is the best batch you can ever enroll yourself for. It's the foundation module which will prepare you aptly for all these entrance examinations, all of the BBA, all of the IPM, all of the HM programs. It was launched on 15th of March. Look no further, speak to our counselors on this number and enroll yourself right now at the earliest. If you're targeting the CUCET, Champion Course Batch 3 has been launched, and you could speak to our counselors on this specific number if this examination is your target. And a booster crash course has been launched for people who are targeting the IPM IPMAT examinations for various IMs. So this is your guide to crack the IPMAT examinations. The batch was launched on 9th March. Please speak to our counselors on this specific number if you wish to get through this examination at the earliest. What case was that? I am not really sure about the case that you're referring to. I'm not really sure about that, Saurabh. All right, so ready everyone? We had solved some questions yesterday on strengthening and weakening the arguments, strong and weak arguments. The kind of questions that I have today, I'll give you a lot of questions where two statements would be given, and you will have to identify which one of them is strong and which one of them is weak. That's what you're supposed to do in the session today. So let's start off with the very first question very quickly. This is the statement given to you. Approach kya sikha tha humne? Two arguments will be given to you. You have to judge the strength of the argument. That is this argument a forcefully put argument or a weakly put argument? That is what you have to judge. Two things. Remember, never compare both the arguments and consider what is written to be true. Once you do that, that's how you analyze the strength or the weakness of the argument. Go ahead, solve the question and send me your answers in the chat box. Saurabh, is it about the Bhavri Devi case? Yes, I have heard of that case. Srishti says C, Vandana says D and C. All right. C, D, okay. कितना contrasting answers है दोनों. कोई बोल रहा है both, कोई बोल रहा है neither. Okay. Yesterday in my class, I had taught you something. I taught you that if an argument presents something that is desirable by general public, then it will be a strong argument. Remember that I had taught you this yesterday? The question is, should small businesses be encouraged in villages? The argument is yes, it will reduce unemployment in rural areas. If something reduces unemployment, is it a desirable one? Will general public want reduction in unemployment? Yes, they would. This is a very, very, very strong argument. A very strong argument. The next one, it will improve the economic conditions of the villagers. Improvement of economic condition of villagers, is that a desirable argument? Will The general public desire improvement in economic conditions of villagers? Yes, they would. The answer is going to be both are strong arguments. Both are strong. Shrishti, I got you. Yes, please be very careful with the options. So, the answer is both are strong. Certainly. Got it, everyone? Let's go to the next question. Here you go. What's your answer? Be very careful, Sonu and Shrishti. Be very careful with the options. Is women empowerment important? No, it will gradually break the patriarchal nature of the society. And yes, so that women can have equal rights to participate in all spheres of life. Unanimous answer? Everyone says B. Okay. The answer is an absolute B. For sure. अब देखो क्वेश्चन समझो, हिंदी में समझाती हूँ. विमेन एम्पावरमेंट जरूरी है क्या? ऑथर बोल रहा है नहीं, बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं है. इससे जो पेट्रियार्की चलती आ रही है ना हमारी सोसाइटी में कि मेल डोमिनेंस है, वो मेल डोमिनेंस खत्म हो जाएगा. हमको मेल डोमिनेंस खत्म नहीं करना है. चलने दो पेट्रियार्की, चलने दो मेल डोमिनेंस. क्यों एम्पावरमेंट करना है विमेन का? तुम जज को बोलोगे ना अगर ये बात, the judge will send you out of the court. This is a very weak argument. ये इस तरीके का स्टेटमेंट है, सब करप्शन खत्म हो जाएगा इससे, करप्शन खत्म नहीं होना चाहिए, करप्शन चलने दो. ये ऐसा आर्ग्यूमेंट है. सेकंड आर्ग्यूमेंट, so that women can have equal rights. Equal rights of women desirable? Absolutely yes. A very strong argument. Okay, let's look at the next question. Here you go. Next question. What's your answer? No poll, Rahul. It's a multi-session. It's live on YouTube as well. That's why you would not see the poll. You say B, okay. A, D, okay. D means neither. C means both. Oh, so many varied answers. Okay. Okay, let's understand this question. So, India should increase the production of wheat immediately. Question to the judge. Should India increase the production of wheat? If you tell the judge, yes sir, we should increase the production of wheat because we have a scarcity of wheat. कमी है wheat की. क्या जज मेरी बात सुनेगा? Yes or no? बताओ. सर, कमी है wheat की, इसलिए wheat का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा दीजिए. Will the judge listen to me? Preeti, बिल्कुल सुनेगा, बिल्कुल सुनेगा. अगर एक फूड ग्रेन है जिसकी कमी है, जो लोग कंज्यूम करते हैं, तो वंदना, क्या उसको बढ़ाना एक अच्छा रीजन नहीं है? उसका प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाना एक अच्छा रीजन नहीं है? बिल्कुल अच्छा रीजन है. एग्जाम्पल देखो दूसरा, अश्मिता, वंदना. I'll give you another example. Should the production of vaccination in my country be increased? Yes, because we have a scarcity of vaccination. Will you mark that as a strong argument? Farooqi, Ashmita and Vandana, you guys answer this. Will the judge listen to the argument about vaccinations? I could import, I could do many more things, लेकिन क्या प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाना अपने आप में एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजन नहीं है? I could do many things, but is increasing production one of the many strong reasons apart from importing, Vandana? Rather, why do I import if I'm able to produce it on my own? Import करना तो weaker हो गया. क्यों import करके taxes लगाने जब production खुद हो सकता है तो? Where is the whole story of आत्मनिर्भर then? जब वैक्सीनेशन की बात हुई थी तो स्ट्रॉन्ग हुआ, तो जब फूड ग्रेन की बात हुई तो वीक कैसे हुआ? सेम एनालॉजी. इफ there is a dearth of vaccination, you produce more. If there's a dearth of food grain, you produce more. Hi Sachin, try solving this question. Okay, first is a very strong argument. The second argument is, no, India is facing a lack of finance. फाइनेंस का कोई लेना देना, एक्चुअली सौरभ आपने बिल्कुल सही बोला, फाइनेंस का कोई लेना देना है भी क्या प्रोडक्शन के साथ? पैसे नहीं है तो क्या प्रोडक्शन रुक जाएगा? नहीं. Finance has nothing to do with the production of wheat. The answer is only and only A is strong. Okay? Only and only A. Next question. अगर वैक्सीन की कमी है तो increase the production of vaccine immediately. Absolutely. Is my voice echoing? As Kavya says, is my voice echoing? Very good, Srishti. Is my voice echoing? No, it's not. Kavya, please refresh your page, bache. Okay? Or check your internet connection. Let's look at the next question. Here you go. Similar pattern. Solve it. This one. What should the answer be? To avoid crisis like the one over the Kaveri, river water should be nationalized urgently. Nationalization would resolve the crisis over Kaveri. Kaveri belongs to Tamil Nadu and the centre has no right over it. What should the answer be? A, okay. A. Everyone says A. The answer is A. It's only one. So what happens when you nationalize something? Nationalization is the government controls it. Okay. And you have, I'm sure, read the dispute over Kaveri water. States were fighting over that. Some states were not ready to give water to the other states. But then, see, such a petty issue. We've been fighting over something, river water, which nobody owns. We still were fighting over the river water. So the author says, should the river water be nationalized, that is under the control of the central government than the state, control of the state government? The first option says nationalization will resolve the crisis over the Kaveri water. If it will resolve the crisis, resolving the crisis over river water is always a desirable action. The first one is strong. The second one says Kaveri belongs to Tamil Nadu. ये तो opinion है, ये मेरा है, मैं नहीं दूंगा. The judge will say, I don't care about your opinion. Give me a reason. There is no reason in two. Only and only an opinion. Opinions are always weak arguments. They need to be backed up with reasons to make it a strong argument. Okay? So, answer only and only A. Let's look at the next question. Fifth, should the number of courts of law in India be increased? Good question. Tricky question. Let me see if you can get it. It's a tricky one. Okay. Neither. No. Saurav says both. Okay. Both and A. Both and A. Your mind will be blown with the answer because the answer is neither. D. The answer is neither. Let's understand how. Okay, let's understand this question. Exactly, Saurabh. केस पेंडिंग है तो जजेस इंक्रीज करेंगे ना, कोर्ट्स क्यों इंक्रीज करेंगे? अगर आप फर्स्ट, इफ यू गो एंड गिव द फर्स्ट पॉइंटर टू द एग्जाम टू द जज and say sir many cases are pending, increase the number of courts, he would say there are so many courts already there but the number of judges are less. That's exactly why the cases are pending. Cases will not be pending because of the less number of courts. Cases will be pending because of the less number of judges. Agreed? Increasing the number of courts but not increasing the number of judges will still not solve the problem. So Preeti, if my country has, for example, 5 courts, I make it 10, but I don't increase the number of judges. Will it solve my problem of pending cases? No. Rather, if I keep the number of courts 5, but I increase the number of judges from 5 to 10, will that solve the problem of pending cases? Yes, it would. So the problem of pending cases will not be solved by increment in the number of courts. It will be solved by the increment in the number of judges. Question and option A are not related. You were actually mistaken here. Okay? The second argument, there are many unemployed graduates. तुम unemployed हो सकता है तुम्हारी incapability की वजह से unemployed हो. कोर्ट बढ़ा देंगे तो क्या होगा? अगर capable हो तो existing number of courts पे भी तो work कर सकते हो ना? Srishti, you are assuming that बच्चे, can that not increase the existing number of courts? Why do I expense or put more money into increment in the number of courts when the judges can be increased with the existing number of courts? You assumed it that higher number of courts is equal to higher number of judges. That's not true. The second one says the law graduates are unemployed. Why are they unemployed? Maybe because they are incapable. Maybe because they don't want to work. And increment in the number of courts will not ensure employment to them. Preeti, you are assuming that. Do you know the reason of unemployment? The same mistake Srishti did. Why are you assuming things which are otherwise not mentioned? Did they say they are unemployed because the courts are less? No, they did not say that. Preeti, did you get my point? Srishti, did you get my point? They said law graduates are unemployed. Probably they are unemployed because there are no cases. Probably they are unemployed because they don't have caliber. If you have caliber, the limited number of courts can accommodate you as a lawyer. Do you even know one court accommodates how many lawyers? Simple, मुस्कान वाला reason भी तो हो सकता है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. Okay, let's look at the next question. One lesson to learn. Do not assume things otherwise not mentioned. Okay? Next one. super easy. Yes, सबका सही होगा. Yes, Preeti, what's your question? Tell me. Shiva Trilogy written by Amish Tripathi is the best fiction book. What should the answer be? D. बिल्कुल मुस्कान, बिल्कुल सही. आपका जीके 0 है, जो लिखा है वो ट्रू है और उसके अकॉर्डिंग सॉल्व करो उसको. डी 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 बी डी बी. The answer is B, my children. Preeti, that's true. That's true. You are absolutely right. और अभी जो लेटेस्ट अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ जजेस हुआ था, इफ यू रिमेंबर, आई थिंक 2 months बैक, इट हैपेंड आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग गैप. लॉन्ग गैप. पिछले 3 सालों से वो प्रोसेस चल रहा था, वो फाइनल अपॉइंटमेंट अब जाके हुआ. सो द नंबर ऑफ जजेस एक्चुअली इन आवर कंट्री इज वेरी लेस. द आंसर हियर इज बी. इफ in the court we are fighting that the judge has to decide upon the fact that Shiva Trilogy is the best fiction book. Okay, if you go to the judge and tell him, yes sir, it's the best fiction book because it is the only book that has 3 parts. Having 3 parts makes a book best? No, probably not. The judge will say, if it is the only book that has 3 parts, how does it become best? Wrong reasoning. The judge will discard your reason. Second, if you tell the judge, no sir, it cannot be the best fiction book because this term best fiction book is a subjective term. And what the other lawyer finds best, I may not necessarily find it best because calling a book best is a subjective term. Will the judge listen to my arguments? फिक्शन नॉन फिक्शन बुक्स. फिक्शन होता है जो मनगढ़ंत कहानियों पे होती है, इमेजिनरी कहानियों पे होती है, ऐसा हो गया फिर ऐसा हो गया, रियलिटी पे बेस्ड नहीं होती है. नॉन फिक्शन बुक्स होती है जो रियलिटी पे बेस्ड होती है. ओके, so the judge will absolutely listen to. I saw that, Ashish, I saw that. I was actually trying to understand your comment. The answer is an absolute 2. The judge will listen that yes, if it is a subjective one. Okay, first one is an extreme one. All right, so the second argument is a strong one. Let's look at the next question. Here you go. Good question. Okay, so ma'am, if more court and not enough judges, why should we not fulfill with the lawyers who have LLB degree? Preeti, the reason is that देखो 2 रीजन है इसके. एक रीजन है पॉलिटिक्स, ठीक है. दूसरा रीजन है कि if I have to fill up the vacancies with lawyers, the lawyers need to be capable enough of being a judge. They decide the life and death of people. You can't just fill up the vacant seats with any random person. And that's why the judiciary examinations are so grueling. And of course, then there's politics, which I will not get into answer this question. No, there is no poll, Rahul. There is no poll. You have to answer in the chat. What's your answer? A? Okay. B? Okay. Let's understand the question. B? Cool. should the court refuse the order to suspension of the ban on smoking in public places? So basically, should public smoking be still a ban or should it be suspended as a ban? First argument, yes, there should not be any suspension of public smoking ban because tourism, which is one of the major industry, will be severely affected. How can tourism be affected with ban on smoking or no ban on smoking in public places? No relationship. No, absolutely not. First is the weak argument. These are two unrelated terms, okay? The next one. No, it is a matter of public health. People who smoke can smoke in the private places. When you talk about public health, is it a desirable argument? Will common public desire betterment of public health? Yes, they would. So, the second is a strong argument. The second is a very strong argument. Alright? So guys, that's all that we have for today. I hope you learned how to address strong and weak argument questions. I'd like to tell you something before I wind up the class today. I would be on a break till Monday, that is 28th. I would restart these classes from 29th, that's Tuesday. Make sure you come live on Tuesday at 12:30 with me. Till then, work really hard and have a very good day. God bless all of you.